Hello, guys and girls. I'm finally back with a long overdue video. This time we're trash talking Virgos. That's right, we are. And I have my little matcha here, I have my sketch here, and I am ready. This is going to be a new series of basically me trash talking each sign that I draw. So it's a little fun draw with me, but I also get to trash talk the signs and you guys get to watch. So I hope you guys enjoy this new series. So first and foremost, let's go to the basics. What is a Virgo? Well, a Virgo, for the folks who don't know anything about astrology. Yikes. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Don't leave. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, for the folks who don't know, Virgos are an earth sign. They are the sixth sign and out of the 12, so they're right smack in the middle. I can go more into detail about what that means, but this is not that type of video. We're just here for the slander and for the shits and giggles. That's basically why we're here. And what makes me qualified to slander Virgos, you might ask, for Christmas this year, little boy? Well, I used to read birth charts. Not to brag, but I calculated and have done research and studies throughout my life and on good old Twitter to figure out how to analyze Virgos. And also, I just feel like my mom was a Virgo. I have friends who are Virgos. I've never been in a relationship with a Virgo, but I've hooked up with one. I just feel like that's enough. And really, honestly, truly, unless you're an astrologer, what is your basis of knowing astrology? And if this is your, if this is your video on how to figure out if astrology is real or not, click off. Don't do it. There are actual astrologers that know what they're talking about, that have actually studied and take courses. There are books and all that stuff to really go into detail of how each sign is, the charts, the moon, stars, houses, all that. I'm just doing from what I have self-taught myself. And this is just for more of like a kiki type of thing. Please don't take this so seriously, but at the same time, if you find some things that you're like, you know what, that is something a Virgo would do, let me know in the comments. And then maybe we can argue. Or if you're a Virgo and you feel like these aren't true, I just feel like you don't really have any room to say. Yes, you are a Virgo, but Virgos already act like they're right. Let's start there. That's the slander. Virgos swear that they're always right. They don't want to hear anything else because they always trust their gut. And then, in times I feel like it does benefit them, but sometimes it's anxiety, or sometimes you just really need to go to the bathroom. Like, is it really your gut? Like, don't get me wrong. I really think that Virgos can be really wise and full of wisdom and all that cutesy stuff. But at the same time, Margaret, do you really have to be yelling at me about how you really think this is true? Because the Virgos that don't know how to take accountability are the Virgos we should all be worried about, because those Virgos are gonna come at you. They're gonna list another thing. They don't communicate the things that they do for you. And I'll give you an example, because now this kind of sounds confusing. If you try to address or confront a Virgo about something that's bothering you, and let's say you're doing it in a very healthy, positive way, just like, hey, I really don't like how when I step in the house, you step on my shoes all the time. A Virgo will go off and be like, well, you don't realize all the other stuff that I do. I clean up your shoes when you get here. I clean the floor when you get here. I even bought the shoes for you. And it's like, wait, okay. Whether I knew about that or not, why can't I confront you about X, Y, and Z? And am I coming back here with like some good childhood trauma? I probably am. But I have also experienced this from Virgos that are not that close to me. It's like kind of hard to get a Virgo to acknowledge where they went wrong, where their mistakes are. It's mainly because I think Virgos overthink a lot. And I think Virgos also struggle with communicating how they're hurt when, they felt like they have been used or spoken to in a way that they don't like, or whatever it is. It's just Virgos are a little bit finicky when it comes to taking accountabilities in those ways, because they're like, you've only seen the bad, and I have been ignoring all the bad in you just to make this relationship, friendship, whatever it is, siblingship work. But yet you have the audacity to come to me about the one thing you don't like. How dare you? I didn't get a chance to talk about this. I didn't get a chance to address all the things that bothered me. So now what I'm going to do is turn this whole situation around and blame you for how I've been treating you. And that's crazy. That is crazy, because it's like, most times, this is like, take it as it goes. It's not fit every situation. I'm not talking about abusive people. I'm not talking about narcissists. I'm talking about, I guess, your everyday person. I don't even know what I mean, but you get the gist. Take whatever I'm saying with a grain of salt. But a lot of times the person doesn't really know that you've had all these other issues about them, or what they've done, or what they haven't acknowledged. Like Virgos love verbal affirmation. That's one thing I learned about my damn mom. My mom would like for me not only to say thank you when she does something, but write it in a note, sing it in a song, mention it every day throughout the week. It is like she wants to feel like what she did was worth something. And, in ways I learned how to, say, really be appreciative of the things that I've received or things that she has done for me. But at the same time, it felt like it was more of a her issue, Like, I already said thank you. I'm a child. Like, why do you feel like I need to do this even more? And it was because I didn't really acknowledge the other small things that she did. Again, I'm a child. What child really acknowledged, you waking them up and getting them dressed and buying them clothes and taking them to school and all that stuff? I mean, kids might be able to acknowledge some stuff, but like, she wanted acknowledgement for everything. And I feel like some Virgos just are not that great at communicating that, hey, verbal affirmations is something that I really, really appreciate. For example, for some of my Virgo friends, this is not slander if you guys are listening, but let's say that your Virgo friend cooked both of you guys a nice steak, 2 pieces of steak, and the Virgo purposely gives you the best piece of steak. That Virgo wants you to say thank you for giving me the best piece of steak. I mean, it's something that could be kind of dealt with on both sides. Like, the person who's receiving the steak can acknowledge that, oh, you do like verbal affirmations, and let me do that a little bit more. And also that Virgo can communicate, hey, it really makes me feel good when you acknowledge the things that I've done. But if you got a toxic Virgo, child, good luck. Another thing I want to mention about Virgos is that they are nitpicky. And honestly, it's a blessing and a curse. I feel like if you are going on vacation and you need somebody to pick down a list of what you need, or to remember all these other things of, like, toothbrush, toothpaste, underwear, charger, all that stuff, a Virgo got you. Like, they will make sure they'll double check. They'll ask the whole group, do you have this? Do you have that? It's great. However, if you just got done arguing with a Virgo and you done sat in the other room, that Virgo would most likely remembered something that they didn't get a chance to say, and will go back in there out of nowhere and be like, and another thing. Just like, what? I thought the conversation was over. Why are we still going? And it's like, Virgos feel the need to flush things out, to really get everything that they're feeling out, because they feel like if they keep holding, while they have this opportunity, mind you, while they have this opportunity to now express all the things that are bothering them, they finally kind of just go, I don't want to, what's a good word? They just keep going and going and going. I forgot what a word is to really describe that, but the point is, Virgos just feel like they need to let everything that has been bothering them about what you did or what the situation entailed, and it doesn't matter if you think the conversation's over or not, they're going to come back and be like, and another thing. And mind you, I know the beautiful stereotype of like Virgos are clean and organized. That is if a Virgo was taught in their upbringing those morals or those understandings, because if you ever met a messy Virgo, most likely was never taught throughout their entire life how to clean or anything, and it is atrocious. Like, it's a different level of dirty. It's like, why is there pizza upside down on the floor? Why is there mildew in the shower? How come you haven't showered in a couple weeks now? Like, what's going on? And it's oh my gosh, Virgos can be so gross. There are other signs like me, gross, but I'm remembering the one time I went to a Virgo's apartment and there was throw up in the shower, throw up from days ago, and they just didn't feel like cleaning it. And the same thing can go into Virgo's organizing. If they were not taught those like time management skills and how to organize or categorize things, they're stressed. They're like, okay, I got to do this, and then you forget something. And I think part of it can give off symptoms of ADHD. I'm not a psychologist, but it's giving ADHD. It's giving unhinged. It's giving. Now, another thing Virgos do not want to admit is that they are sensitive as hell. Just because a Virgo cursed you out and put you in your place does not mean a Virgo can take that same tone or aggression or whatever towards them. They can't. A Virgo can look you straight in the eye and say, I don't care that you broke your elbow, but if you said the same thing to them, they're gonna start crying. Or they're gonna be like, maybe I should go away. Why did I do that? Why did I even mention it? Blah, blah, blah. I have another example of Virgos in this scenario. So I had a friend that went to Cancun, and there was like one Virgo friend that they were with and another, whatever, it doesn't matter the sign. The point is the Virgo kept reminding everybody in the group, don't lose X, Y, and Z. Make sure you got your phone, your keys, and everything. One of the friends ended up losing their phone and was in so much distress. Naturally, you're in a whole different country. You lost your phone. Phones are expensive. The Virgo looked them dead in the eyes and said, I told you not to lose your phone. What? And I'm like, well, I told you not to lose your phone. Like, Virgos are thinking, like, I warned you. Like, I don't know why you're upset. I told you this is your consequence now. If you would have done that to a Virgo, again, they would have started crying. They might even curse you out. But that's like when I think Virgos can be a little bit rude. It's just, they're just really blunt with their honesty when they feel like they are correct and feel like because they're so in the right that their tone does not matter or their delivery does not matter. And again, if you're dealing with a unevolved Virgo, a toxic Virgo, good luck. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it because they will keep going in circles and circles of about. I guess that could be a word. About how they're in the right. That brings me to my next thing. Virgos are sensitive, or let me not say sensitive. Virgos really think that they could be hoes. Virgos really think that they can be a hot girl, a scammer, a city girl, all these things. No, they can't. They idolize the idea of being a hoe and one night stands and scamming to get the bag, but honestly, they can't do it. One, they're already overthinking about every little action and thing that this person who is interested in them may or may not be thinking about. And also on top of that, Virgos want to be wined and dined. They want to be wined and dined. If you went up to a Virgo and was like, all right, you coming to my place? Yes or no? In theory, that might work. In reality, they're going to be like, you can't take me on a date first. You can't, wine and dine me. I don't even know your last name. Like, just all these things. Like, but on the same coin, they be the first ones to go into these detailed, nasty descriptions about sex or throw up or something that, usually the everyday person does not really go into detail about. And Virgos really don't think that anything's wrong with it. They really don't. Like, a normal person would be like, oh, I hooked up this weekend. What about you? The Virgo would be like, yeah, I was choking on my man's left toe last night. What? Like, okay, like, I didn't ask for all that. I did not. And at the same time, they also do the same thing with like throw up and blood and all, or using the bathroom, using number two. It's like they go into this deep description of like how they blew up the toilet and what it smelled like and what the color was and how they saw little corn bits. Like, did you make a face when I said corn bits? Because we all know what the corn bits look like when you use number two. But a Virgo will say that, and I was giving an example of that because Virgos are just like, I don't need to know. I don't need to know all those details. And it's different when you're asking for these, or you're friends with somebody, or you just already built that relationships. Virgos don't need. They will walk into the room saying, I choked on my man's toe last night. What did y'all do? And I am not trying to, think whatever you want. But my goal is to not really paint them as disgusting people at all. I'm just, again, doing the Virgo slander. Virgos, if you know a Virgo, they have great manners. They would go and give a handshake to everybody in the room unless their anxiety tells them not to. That's different. I'm not talking about the anxious hoes here. I'm just talking about, again, the quote-unquote everyday Virgo would very much, whatever. They very much value manners and charm and all these other things. And Virgos also be getting snatched up by Sages. Because a Sag, one thing's a Sag gonna do, they're gonna show off and be like, oh, I got this money and I'm everything you need. It's a trap. We've seen Beyonce and Jay-Z. It's a trap. Like, there's a warning, a nice warning for y'all Virgos. Again, if the Sagittarius is evolved, you're evolved, this doesn't go with, the same thing. But I would just like to say, watch out for them Sagittarius now. And wait till I get to Sagittarius, because I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say about Sagittarius, and I'm ready. But the next video is going to be Libra. It's not over. Don't exit out this video, because I got one last thing to talk about my little Virgo friends. On the topic of dating, a Virgo is really, really great at staying in a relationship that needs to end. They are. I think earth signs in general are really good at staying in relationships. Earth and water signs are. But the thing that Virgos like to do is that they're really great at seeing from the outside perspective, or seeing from okay, you know what? Just how I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it in relation to Pisces. Pisces will see somebody and be like, oh my gosh, I see that you were hurting from your childhood trauma. Let me be Captain Fix-a-Hoe and try to fix you. Virgos will be like, oh my gosh, I saw how you losing that job really shook you up, and now you're trying to, get back on your feet. I can be, Mrs. or Mr. or whoever's Fix-a-Hoe for them. And it's like they get like a thrill that it's a project. Both signs, Pisces and Virgos, and Pisces will come when it's Pisces seasons. We will talk about the Pisces. But Virgos really love to, they want to feel like they're needed in a relationship. They want to feel like they have a purpose, and they tend to go for people who can provide for them financially, or is like super ambitious. It's just something that they can see money is in both of y'all's future. And a Virgo will 110% continue to be in a relationship or start a relationship with somebody that has potential. They go after the potential way more than they should. Not saying that, you know what? Do I have to explain it? Don't go off of somebody. Don't go and start dating somebody off of potential. This is for all signs. Don't date somebody off of potential, because that's just going to only lead you to heartbreak. Anyway, that is the spiel of me trash talking Virgos. Let me know if you think I was missing anything, if you agree or disagree with any of the things that I've said. I'm so curious to see what you guys are going to say in the comment section. And also, if you made it this far, you might as well subscribe to your girl. You might as well subscribe to your local gay, because every subscription feeds a stray cat or whatever. Anyway, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter, all those great things. And I am looking forward to seeing you guys again soon. Bye, gays and girls.